My reports on instructional leadership will focus on the concept that educational leadership is more than a spot on a hierarchical organizational chart. The quality and practice of leadership at every level has a demonstrable impact on organizational health in general and on student achievement in particular. Instructional leadership is generally defined as the management of the curriculum and instruction by a school principal. It is the professional practice of a leader in an administrative role working with, guiding, and influencing educators in a particular context toward improving learning and other educational processes. The term instructional leadership appeared as a result of research associated with the effective school movement of the 1980s, which revealed that the key to running successful schools lies in the principal's role. The research revealed that the personality characteristics of the ideal principal are strong-mindedness, directness, top-down management, and charisma. During the 1990s, a strong instructional leadership model was still at the center of the educational leadership discussion because of its effectiveness in schools. However, since then, this concept has been criticized for focusing too much on the individual principal's heroic role. As a result, the scholars started to explore leadership models to supplement these critics and point out the distributed nature of instructional leadership, such as transformational leadership, teacher leadership, shared leadership, and distributed leadership, all of which understand educational leadership as a broader perspective practice that includes school communities. Researchers have further defined instructional leadership to include different approaches. First is the concept of instructional leadership that could be divided into an exclusive and an inclusive approach. Researchers who count instructional leadership as exclusive regard the principal as the sole holder of responsibility when it comes to setting goals for the school, supervision, and in developing instruction that enhances academic achievement. According to Hallinger and Murphy in 1985, this perspective tends to focus only on the role of principals as instructional leaders. However, other researchers have recently expanded the concept of instructional leadership to include not only the principal but also other school staff. They take an inclusive approach to instructional leadership. Marks and Printy in 2003 have pointed out the importance of the collaboration between principals and teachers to develop curriculum and instruction for improving pupils' performance. Several researchers have outlined the characteristics and components of instructional leadership through the different models. First is the Hallinger and Murphy's 1985 model. This conceptual model has been most widely used in empirical studies of instructional leadership. The authors propose the key role of instructional leaders in three dimensions. First is defining the school mission. Second is managing the instructional program. And third is promoting a positive school learning climate. This table presents the elements of Murphy and Hallinger's model of instructional leadership. The first dimension is define the mission. Here, the activities include framing school goals and communicating the school goals to the stakeholders. Second is the leader manages the instructional program. Management includes supervising and evaluating the instruction, coordinating the curriculum, and monitoring the students' progress. And the third dimension is promotes school climate, which includes the activities of protecting instructional time, promoting professional development, maintaining high visibility, providing incentives for teachers, enforcing academic standards, and providing incentives for students. The second model is that of Murphy in 1990. Murphy continued to refine and elaborate the model with a systematic and comprehensive review and integration of the research from four major sources: literature on effective schools, on school improvement, on staff development, and on organizational change. Murphy sketched and elaborated an instructional leadership framework that consisted of four basic dimensions of instructional leadership broken down into 16 different roles or behaviors. The third is Weber's model in 1996. Weber addressed the need for instructional leadership regardless of the school's organizational structure. He concluded that even if an instructional leader were not packaged as a principal, such a leader was imperative. According to Weber, the leaderless team approach to a school's instructional program has powerful appeal, but a large group of professionals still needs a single point of contact and an active advocate for teaching and learning. The following are the elements of Weber's model of instructional leadership. First is defining the school's mission. The instructional leader collaboratively develops a common vision goals for the school with stakeholders. Second, managing curriculum and instruction. The instructional leader monitors classroom practice alignment with the school's mission, provides resources and support in the use of instructional best practices and models, and provides support in the use of data to drive instruction. Third is promoting a positive learning climate. The instructional leader promotes a positive learning climate by communicating goals, establishing expectations, and establishing an orderly learning environment. Fourth is observing and improving instruction. The instructional leader observes and improves instruction through the use of classroom observation and professional development opportunities. And the fifth is assessing the instructional programs. The instructional leader contributes to the planning, designing, administering, and analysis of assessments that evaluate the effectiveness of the curriculum. The last is a simplified model grounded on synthesis and theories. The first three models show the importance of the three fundamental instructional leadership functions, which are defining and communicating the goals, monitoring and providing feedback on the teaching-learning process, and promoting and emphasizing the importance of the professional development. These three processes are consistent with Locke and Latham's goal-setting theory, which is arguably the most effective theories of motivation according to Hoy and Miskel in 2001. The model provides us an instructional leadership inventory to which the principal or any school leader can follow. First, in defining and communicating shared goals, the leader uses the data on student achievement to guide faculty discussion on the instructional program, encourages teachers to use data analysis of student academic progress, develops data-driven academic goals in collaboration with teachers, communicates with schools' academic goals to the faculty, works with teachers to interpret assessment data for instructional implications, uses school goals when making academic decisions, develops school goals that promote high standards and expectations for all students, and the leader sets high but achievable standards for all students. Now, on the area of monitoring and providing feedback on the teaching and learning process, the leader should visit the classroom to ensure classroom instruction aligns with school goals, monitor classroom to ensure classroom instruction aligning with school goals, work with students on academic tasks, stays in the office all day, observes teachers for professional development instead of evaluation, evaluates the teachers to improve instructional practice and not to judge, provides private feedback of teacher effort, and of course, provides private feedback on student effort. And for the last area, which is promoting school-wide professional development, the leader should encourage teachers to attend professional development activities that are aligned to school grade, provides for in-house professional development opportunities around instructional best practices, plans professional development around teacher needs and wants, Supports individualized professional development plan, plans professional development in service with teachers, furnishes useful professional materials and resources to teachers, and schedule time on in-service for collaboration among teachers. Indeed, nothing in the principal's role is more important for ensuring successful student learning than effective instructional leadership. School principals who focus on a vision for their schools nurture the leadership capabilities of their teachers. Effective principals make student success pivotal for their work and accordingly pay attention to and communicate about instruction, curriculum, and student mastery of learning objectives and are visible in the school. Learning needs to occur throughout an organization, and principals need to become participants in the learning process in order to shape and encourage the implementation of effective learning models in their schools. To illustrate, effective principals don't just arrange for professional development, rather, they participate in staff training to provide to their staffs. Additionally, good principals foster the idea of working together as a valuable enterprise because they understand that this kind of collaborative learning community ultimately will build trust, collective responsibility, and a school-wide focus on improved student learning.